Hi folks, and welcome to Innovation and IP Law. I'm AJ George and I'll be your unit coordinator for weeks 7 to 12 of this term. And in this half of the term, fun stuff, we look at the commercialization process, the broader innovation process. So you've come from weeks 1 to 6 where you extensively look at the different types of intellectual property and associated rights that you can get over inventions or creations, perhaps business get up, trade dress, and we now look at how we make money out of them. So some people would call the innovation pipeline. So you've looked at invention, creation, or the good creative human stuff that then gets protected with IP rights. Then you partner up potentially with your developer or process engineer, you scale up, you commercialise, and then you diffuse the invention typically out to the public. Now, this week, if we hop onto Moodle, you will see that we start our commercialisation investigation with a little look at, firstly, the regulatory context of innovation. So we have a little look at the innovation process and the political atmosphere or environment in which the innovation process sits. Why is that important? Well, funding predominantly. And so you need to know how the government deals with this stuff. Also, it's kind of interesting because I don't know whether you will have had a chance to look at much regulatory law yet. So we call that soft law, politics, and rule making by the executive arm. All of that kind of good stuff is in the public law realm. So it might be a nice little entree for some of you into the law of regulation. And so we have a little look at some different paradigms that the executive arm, the government, have used in constructing their innovation narrative that surrounds the various different policy measures that they have put in place. Interesting little investigation, I hope you will find. And we need to look at, I'll just flip down the middle page here. So the study guide for this week, which is up. We also need to look at the Stoyanov text, so the one that you've purchased for this term. Chapter 3, Drivers of Innovation. We've already looked at chapters 1 and 2 in week 1, hopefully, all those weeks ago. So now we need to look at chapter 3. We will revise some of the material from chapters 1 and 2 this week, as you'll discover. So it may pay to have a brief look at that again, just to refresh your memory. Also, I do refer in the study guide to a little reading that I've popped into the e-reading list for this term. So if you go up to your navigation ribbon up the top there of the middle page, you click on e-reading lists, you'll see our unit listed there. And on the page loads, you will find, here it is, so digitised readings, and we have a portion of chapter 1 from a little text that's getting a little bit long in the tooth now, 2015, so I didn't set that text, but it's just got a nice little wrap-up of the various different rationales that you did touch on in week 1 for intellectual property, because they're also relevant when we are talking about the rationales for innovation policy. So if you have the time, that reading there is not compulsory, it's not set reading, but if you do have the time, it's only about half a dozen pages of that. So that's another little useful thing you might want to read. And then I've set a couple of articles that I've written on the policy making process, and particularly a very recent article on the latest developments on innovation policy that are happening right now, folks. So this is cutting edge stuff. In the study guide, you will note that I have set out the set readings for this week, and then I have provided a whole stack of links just dotted throughout the study guide that you might wish to explore on your own. None of that is compulsory reading or anything like that. None of that's set reading. It's just there for you in case you're curious and get the better of you. So that is the study guide. As I always recommend with my students, I would do the study guide first and then have a look at my lecture videos. There's 2 lecture videos for this week. And then after you've got your kind of head around all of that, then you can hit the text with some confidence that you have a rough idea of the lay of the land. And then I would have a look at my articles after that. So that's about it. There is the study guides on it. It's pretty friendly, only about a dozen pages this week. The lecture videos are around about 20 odd minutes each, and then you have the readings there. Don't forget to prepare your tutorial material and hopefully come prepared to discuss on the Tuesday evening with me the regulatory context of innovation. I do get you to look at an interesting little website called the IP Toolkit, and it'll be the first time for some of you, I guess, that you will have had a chance to look at an intellectual property agreement. So go in and have a little paddle about in the IP Toolkit, and I can take you to it right now. There we go, IP Toolkit, and it's on the IP Australia website, and there you have it. So go and have a little look. The agreements are up there, and you'll find the agreements linked to both the researchers site and the business, the other mirror end site for business people. So you have a term sheet, a checklist, you have a confidentiality agreement and a model contract, and just a little mini itty-bitty contract as well. I explain a little bit about those in the lecture video. So that's the lie of the land for this week. Don't forget, you've got that little e-reading there if you wish to have a look at it. Other than that, if you have any queries or questions about this week's material, I'm just at the other end of a post on Teams. I hope you've been using that during term. Other than that, shoot me an email or give me a call. Other than all of that, I'll see you hopefully on the Tuesday evening. Thanks, guys. Bye for now.